S. Rajamouli garu. Namaskaram, sir. Thank you so much for making your presence felt here in our beloved Hyderabad. With the release of Baahubali, Crown of Blood, the excitement in Hyderabad is palpable. Can you share with us your thoughts on bringing the iconic Baahubali universe to life once again? What was your thought behind making a prequel of this franchise into an animated series? So please, me thoughts share cheyandi.
Andarki namaskaram andi. Well, it's a lot of thought that went behind in creating the Crown of Blood. Initially, when we started building the world of Baahubali for the films, as we started writing the pre-stories, the post-stories, the character arcs from beginning till end, we realized there is so much more to be given to the audience in terms of the characters and the stories. In the West, there is the standard, or what do you say, the way that any brand is created, it immediately goes into multiple media. It automatically happens because it's quite established, and when a brand is building, how it can travel into different areas. But in India, we don't have that. If a film does well, it does well, and that's it. It finishes with that. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted to continue, but we didn't know how to do that. And we tried many ways. We tried to create games, we tried to create a VR film, we tried to create a series in many ways, but on the process, because it's learning, we realized the most important thing is to associate with the right people. So we are expert in filmmakers, but I'm not an expert in animation, I'm not an expert in gaming, so it is very important to associate with the right people. So it took us some time to find the right people. Of course, Sharad came in and he shared his vision of making animation big in India. It is surprising that the colorful world of India the animation doesn't really go beyond children's cartoons. So he had a vision of like we have to bring animation like in the West, like in the Japan, and here he had that thought, and of course they also shared the same vision, but Hotstar also shared the same vision. Then we realized, okay, we have the right kind of people, so we associate with them, and they can take it forward. And then we had long story discussions with Sharad. It was very difficult decision for me to break myself from Baahubali and give it to Sharad and say, please take it forward from there. It's a very hard decision. Initially, I thought I wouldn't let him do anything with it without my consent. Then gradually, I realized I have to let go. But before letting go, I took them through the process of how we made Baahubali. What are the characters? What are the conflicts? And if you have to take it out, you write any story you want, you create any characters that you want to. But there is a soul of Baahubali that resonated with the Indian audience or audience across the world, wherever it played well. So I tried to explain them what that soul was. Yeah, he understood my love for the Baahubali characters and the story, and he grasped it, and he and his team worked beautifully, creating the characters, creating the story arc, creating the character arcs, and they came up with Crown of Blood. I'm so happy the way it turned out.
We are truly honored, sir, and we are so looking forward to watch the series Baahubali Crown of Blood.
Actually, Baahubali అనేది తెలుగు వాళ్ళకి ఒక సినిమా కాదు సార్, ఇట్స్ ఎన్ ఎమోషన్. అంటే దాదాపు 9 yearsగా మేము ఫీల్ అవుతున్న ఒక ఎమోషన్. ఇట్స్ అవర్ ప్రైడ్ అనమాట. యాక్చువల్గా ఇండియా పాకిస్తాన్ క్రికెట్ మ్యాచ్ వస్తే 6 గంటలు దానికి కోసం వెయిట్ చేస్తాం. బాహుబలి 1 and 2 వేస్తే మళ్ళీ 6 గంటలు కూర్చొని చూస్తాం. ఈ రెండింటికి మేము 6 గంటలు అనేది చూస్తాం. మిగతా దేనికి కూడా టీవీ ముందు 6 గంటలు కూర్చోవడం అనేది ఇంపాసిబుల్. అయితే మాకు 9 సంవత్సరాలుగా కనెక్ట్ అయిపోయింది ఏంటంటే ప్రతి క్యారెక్టర్ వాళ్ళ వాయిస్ ఇవి బాగా ఇదైపోయినాయి. ఈ సిరీస్లో మేము అబ్జర్వ్ చేసింది ఏంటంటే సార్, హానెస్ట్గా చెప్తున్నాను, మిగతా క్యారెక్టర్స్ అన్నీ ఓకే, కానీ మెయిన్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అయిన కట్టప్ప అండ్ బాహుబలి ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళవి మాత్రం కొంచెం ఫేస్ కట్స్ కూడా కొంచెం డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేసినట్టు అనిపించింది సార్. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే, ఆ బాహుబలి క్యారెక్టర్లో మీకు బాగా ఇష్టమైన ధోని గారి పోలికలు కొన్ని కనిపించినాయి మాకు. అది కావాలని చేశారా, ఇంటెన్షనల్గా చేశారా, ఎలా జరిగింది సార్ అది?
లేదు, ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏం లేదండి. ప్రాబ్లీ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు ద క్రియేటర్స్ వాళ్ళు క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు నాకులాగే ఆ క్రియేటర్ కూడా ధోని అంటే చాలా ఇష్టమేమో. సో మనకి ఇష్టమైన వాళ్ళు తెలిసినప్పుడు వాళ్ళని అనుకరించడం ఆటోమేటిక్గా జరిగిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. ప్రాబబ్లీ దట్స్ హౌ దే డిడ్ ఇట్. యువర్ ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ వాజ్ ఓకే. ద వాయిస్ ఇస్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ద సేమ్ వే, సేమ్ అండ్ ఇందాక చెప్పినట్టు వీ హ్యావ్ ఫర్ అ ఫ్రాంచైజ్ టు కంటిన్యూ బియాండ్ అస్. మన తర్వాత కూడా అవి ముందుకు వెళ్ళాలంటే మన ఈగోని, మన ప్రేమని రెండింటిని కూడా కొంచెం పక్కకి వెనక్కి లాక్కొని వీ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ ఇట్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ క్రియేటర్స్. సో దట్స్ అ కాన్షియస్ డెసిషన్ టు డూ దాట్, టు గివ్ the voices, the direction, the story writing for others, to feel the soul of the film but not take anything from it, but just carry it forward. That is the reason.
సార్, అయితే యాక్చువల్గా ఇందా మీరు ఒక మాట అన్నారు, అంటే ఫస్ట్ నేను నా చేతుల్లో నుంచి స్టోరీ కానీ ఏది వెళ్ళకూడదు అనుకున్నాను, బట్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ ఐ రియలైజ్డ్ అని చెప్పారు. అంటే మహేష్ బాబు గారి స్టోరీకి సైమల్టేనియస్గా డిస్కషన్స్ జరగడం వలన అది ఇవ్వాల్సి వచ్చిందా,
లేదంటే ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ 9 years, even before RRR. 9 years ముందు నుంచి. It's not just about animation. I'm talking about all other platforms that the Baahubali is going to go forward. It's not just the animated series. Baahubali world is going to expand into many other media, వేరే మీడియాలో కూడా రాబోతుంది. బట్ దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ ద ప్లాట్ఫామ్ టు టాక్ అబౌట్ దట్. అందుకని జస్ట్ దీని గురించి చెప్తున్నాను అంతే.
సార్, అయితే మాకు కంక్లూజన్లో కూడా చిన్న కన్ఫ్యూజన్ పెట్టారు సార్.
Yes, sir. Let's just stick to one question because there's so many people who have questions. Please, one question each. Can we move on to the person behind?
Last question, sir.
Dear Rajamouli garu, sir.
Yes, please, everybody. Sir, there is one person from that time he wants to ask a question.
I have a question for Gaurav. My name is Akshay. I'm from INS Newswire.
Mic close, please.
My question is for Gaurav, that to envision Baahubali as a series and to bring it to the medium of OTT, how challenging it was for you and for the team overall?
No, thank you. So I think it was challenging because when we had started work on this, no animation series had really connected for huge audiences on a streaming platform or even as a film or on TV. So, you know, as part of Disney, we run a lot of channels which have a lot of animation running on it, but all of those are made outside of our country. They're made in Japan, they're made in America. There aren't really very many amazing examples of which use our heritage, our storytelling traditions, and the quality of animators who are Indian and are building things here. So I think that is something that had not happened. So we had to take and buy into the belief that Sharad had that, you know, this could become mainstream in India. And I think we've had an incredible journey over the last 6-7 years of really talking about this, building this out, and Legend of Hanuman first. We've had 3 amazing series on that, and now hopefully with Baahubali, and Legend will come back soon. We are now building a tradition which is strongly anchored in India's myths, Indian storytelling, and all through animation. So I think it's a revolution that has truly started. We're hopeful that gathers pace.
Rajamouli garu, good evening and.
No, I would just add one thing that, you know, in doing this, we also, the big thing to know when a franchise as successful as this, a world as successful as this has been created and touched so many people, is that we've seen, you know, outside obviously of India, we've seen many examples, whether it's Star Wars or the Marvel Universe, where they can take those characters and expand stories of them. But every medium is thought of very differently. And when we went to explore this in series, we would obviously think of it for animation in that series differently than obviously, you know, as Rajamouli sir was doing it for film, would be a very different exercise. So as we think about it in all platforms, The goal is that this should add something that I feel is a deeper connection for fans of the universe. Millions of fans all over the world hopefully will be able to see this show and find new areas of the story to go deeper down the rabbit hole, and the same feeling with some of those great characters. But understandably, it is a different medium, and in series, it's also thought of differently how we craft that story. So a lot of that was really thought through from day one. Yeah.
गौरव सर विशाल फ्रॉम एबीपी न्यूज़। कैसे हैं सर आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ।
सर मेरा एक सवाल था कि जिस तरह से ओटीटी अब करियर में आगे बढ़ते चला जा रहा है, आने वाले 5 सालों में टीवी का फ्यूचर आप क्या देखते हैं सर?
आप एबीपी न्यूज़ से हैं?
जी सर।
मैंने अपने करियर में काफ़ी साल वहाँ पर बिताए हैं और आज भी मैं स्टार टीवी नेटवर्क का हिस्सा हूँ। तो हिंदुस्तान में एक बहुत अमेजिंग चीज़ है कि अलग अलग तरह के मीडियम हमारे देश में अभी भी ग्रो कर रहे हैं। हम आज यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हमारे साथ राजामौली सर हैं जिन्होंने बाहुबली जैसी फिल्म बनाई, उसके बाद उन्होंने आरआरआर बनाई। इस तरह का बॉक्स ऑफिस उससे पहले कभी देखा नहीं गया, और जिस दिन भी ये लोग डिसाइड करें कि वो बाहुबली 3 बनाएंगे, वो पहले दिन शायद वो सारे रिकॉर्ड पहले दिन ही तोड़ देंगे। सो अगर हम पश्चिमी देशों की बात करें तो वहाँ पर लोग अक्सर सोचते हैं कि यार सिनेमा का डिक्लाइन हो रहा है, और अगर हम डेटा देखें शायद सच भी है, बॉक्स ऑफिस कलेक्शंस कम हो रहे हैं। वही चीज़ हमने देखा है वहाँ के टेलीविज़न नेटवर्क्स के साथ भी वो कहानी हो रही है। तो ये बात वेस्ट में डेफिनेटली हो रही है, लेकिन इसका कुछ अनुभव इंडिया में हो रहा है ऐसा कोई परिणाम अभी तक दिखता नहीं है। हमने पिछले साल देखा जवान जैसी फिल्म आई जिसमें कि शाहरुख खान साहब ने पहली बार एक तमिल डायरेक्टर के साथ काम किया, और शाहरुख खान और एटली ने मिलकर पहले दिन का जो बॉक्स ऑफिस हिंदी में लिया वो भी बहुत बड़ा था। सो अगर हम टीवी की बात करें, राइट, मेरा एक बड़ा सौभाग्य है कि मैं स्टार प्लस की प्रोग्रामिंग देखता हूँ। उसमें अनुपमा जैसा शो जिसको कि हर साल लगभग 200 मिलियन लोग देखते हैं, उस तरह का शो तो पिछले 5 साल में उससे पहले बना ही नहीं है। तो अगर अच्छा कंटेंट बनता है, चाहे वो फिल्मों में बने, चाहे वो टेलीविज़न में बने या वो स्ट्रीमिंग में बने, उसके लिए बहुत मौका है और बहुत बड़े मार्केट्स हैं जो खुल रहे हैं। हिंदुस्तान में अगर आप देखेंगे तो जितने लोग टेलीविज़न देखते हैं वो संख्या लगभग 700 मिलियन है, राइट, और डिजिटल जो स्ट्रीमिंग की आप बात कर रहे हैं वो नंबर 450 मिलियन है। सो टेलीविज़न का जो रीच है वो अभी भी बहुत बड़ा है, और हमारे देश में अभी लगभग 1 बिलियन लोग वोट देने वाले हैं, राइट। तो कितना बड़ी और ऑडियंस है जो ना अभी टीवी पर है ना स्ट्रीमिंग पर है, तो उतना ज़्यादा ग्रोथ अभी भी आगे होना, वो देखना, वो अभी भी पॉसिबल है और वो होगा, अगले 10 सालों के अंदर होगा।
राजमौली गाరు
Pertaining to the series only, my dear friends.
సార్ రాజమౌళి గారు
Only please to the series Bahubali Crown of Blood only.
Sir, it was-
only to the animated series.
సార్ రాజమౌళి గారు
All right, yes, yes.
రాజమౌళి
Yeah,
గారు
if you can please get up and yeah.
సార్ రాజమౌళి గారు
1 minute after me. After me. Chief editor of Hit TV. This is absolutely about this animation work with regard to the film. See, you have 100%, there is nothing to really appreciate you that has been worshipped by whole the world in whichever the language it was released. And the crowds have really were drawn to the theaters in throngs, in madness, exactly to say. Now, the animation work is being created now. And the magic that you created on celluloid has been really appreciated and really enjoyed by one and all across the globe. Will you believe that the same animation work today will really sustain the same magical interest that you created in film?
Okay, I'll explain, Andy. We all know Baahubali is the biggest hit
Biggest.
in the
Widely watched.
in the industry. And if you just take India, we have like 140 crore population. Let's say about 120 crore people go to films and watch.
Yes, sir.
The number of tickets that were sold for the biggest film ever in the country is 10 crores.
Okay.
Of 120 crore people, the tickets sold were 10 crores. So there are 110 crore people who
They're not
didn't watch the
witnessed it.
film in theaters. So just look at the numbers. Of course, many of them might have watched on television, on OTT, and all the other stuff. But what I'm saying is, we live in the world of films. So we think everything is film watching. We think every audience are film watching audience. But that is not true. People like storytelling entertainment. మనకందరికీ మన చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి సినిమాల్లో బతికాం కాబట్టి సినిమా ఒక్కటే మేజర్ కనిపిస్తుంది. ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ ఇండియాలో సినిమా ఇస్ స్టిల్ మేజర్, బట్ ఐఎమ్ స్టిల్ టెలింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ 10 crore people of 120 crores. So others there are other people who get that storytelling entertainment from books, from novels, from comics, from games, and different kind of watching. There are people who watch only anime. Here in Hyderabad, I can tell you so many people who don't watch regular films. They watch only Japanese anime. There are people who watch only animation, Western animation, or Disney. One of the most popular animation. There are different kinds of people in different areas who get that storytelling entertainment in different ways.
Formats.
The idea of Baahubali is to touch all those people, not just film-going people.
All the
We
spectrums.
are, yes, all the spectrum of people in all this thing. And in that aspect, that people who are really interested in animation had a long time longing, why are producers not making quality animation that we want? Why it is only just cartoon, 2D children's cartoon? Why are we not getting a high quality 2D animation? There is 2D animation, there is 3D animation, there is different anime. Japanese anime is different. There are different spectrums in that. Andurlo, there are a lot of fans who want 2D animation in India to develop, and this is for them, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to resonate within the audience.
My point is, when you made Bahubali, you were sure enough or shrewd enough, you have cut the film into 2 parts with a brilliant climax for the first part. That is where you could really balance the interest or that gripping moment in the film. What my question is, that has really geared up the interest for the second part, right? So what my point is, will really this kind of animation work will really repeat that magic of gripping intensity?
Exactly, and see, audience తో ఎలాగ రియాక్ట్ అవుతారు అనేది ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా వీ కెన్ నెవర్ టెల్.
Okay.
బట్ వీఆర్ స్టిల్ థింకింగ్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ ఫిల్మ్ గ్లాసెస్. వీఆర్ స్టిల్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ 2 parts. First part, there is a cliffhanger ending. Why Katappa killed Baahubali? That geared up the second part. Then there is this kind of action sequences. This is the songs. We are still talking in terms of putting our film glasses on watching. I am talking from the animation point of view. Animation doesn't work like that. There is no one part or
That's
second
what it
part.
is.
No, there is a season that comes and people watch it as a season. Definitely there will be a cliffhanger ending for the season. And even if you choose in 2 episodes, the ending, I don't know whether we can talk that about it now. Just bringing Katappa and Baahubali face to face each other in an arena is a brilliant thought. For the people who love the animation storytelling, that's a brilliant thought. Of course, they can watch the episode 3 immediately, but I'm pretty sure that we are going to get a much more compelling cliffhanger ending at the season episode 9.
Shobhugar.
Yes,
Nine
so for
episodes.
the climax,
9
please
episodes.
watch 17th May on Disney Plus Hotstar. Right now we have, yes, another...
Can I request one thing?
Yes.
Can I request one thing? Can you please keep your phones on silent mode?
Sure,
It's really disturbing for everyone.
Yes, everybody, please, if you can...
Rajmouli garu.
Sir,
This is Aina
Place your
from Instant
mobile phones on the
Bollywood.
silent mode and...
Shobhugar.
Yes, yes.
Sir, Rajmouli garu.
Shobhugar.
Yeah, your mic is on. The mic
Hello.
is on, right?
So my question to you is, to Rajamouli sir, that did the entire concept and the new characters come to you when during the franchise of Bahubali, or was it when you saw the audience reaction, the love towards it, that inculcated the thought that we could do something like this for Bahubali, Crown of Blood?
Not the entire characters, but please sit. Not the entire characters, but we knew where we can expand the stories. We have, see, this is not exactly a prequel. This happens right in the middle of the film. Right in the middle of film where we had a chance, where we can split the story into 2 and insert sequences or stories where they can continue, and constantly you'll be reminded of what happened in the story that you know of. and this will generate the interest that is going on the present film. Of course, we didn't create the entire story, but we created spaces. We know where there were spaces where we could expand upon. All those things we discussed with Sharath before starting. We talked about prequels. We talked about in between where we can expand the story. We talked about post Baahubali, what can happen. We talked about different scenarios and picked up the best one.
Shobhugar.
All right, we have a lady up. Yeah.
Sir, Shobhugar. Sir,
Please, let's give chance
Sir,
to everybody,
sir.
sir. There's a lady who wants to ask since long time. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Namita Suchdev from Punjab Kesari. How are you all? And thank you, congratulations. And first of all, not only you, Sharad, everyone here from Bombay and Delhi especially. We all were shivering and we all could not believe that we are meeting Sir Rajamouli. So a big round of applause for all of you guys. Thank you so much for bringing the energy back. And my question goes to you, Gaurav. Since we have seen Disney Plus Hotstar collaborating with visionary filmmakers, collaborating with Sir Rajamouli is yet another bigger one. So congratulations for that. But my question is, why did it take so much time for you guys to do that?
Not for lack of trying. I have to tell you a story, you know.
Wow,
I think,
that's nice.
So, you know, I think before I am a curator of content, I am a film buff. And when I saw Baahubali and I left the hall, I was just, you know, enchanted. I was hit by something that I had never seen before. I did not believe that a movie could emotionally grip me, stun me, the way that Baahubali had. And through a friend, I got an opportunity to connect with Prasad, their partner, and rang up and said, you know what, I work for Star TV, and I just want an opportunity to come and meet with you, to just understand what you have done, and just to learn from you. And hopefully, you know, one day I get an opportunity to collaborate. So 8 years ago, I made a pilgrimage to the city of Hyderabad to meet with both of them. I sat in their office, and they were generous enough to, you know, talk to me, and we ended up spending an hour and a half talking about their stories from the film. And Sir taught me some lessons about marketing that I have never forgotten, but I'm not executing them because one of the questions I had for him was, you know, what gave him the guts to think of a budget of the scale that was needed to get created? And he was like, yeah, it was completely insane because it was apparently 3 times the box office of the biggest hit that had ever been made in Telugu cinema till that point. Of course, it had been made by him. And he was like, the budget here was 3 times. So I was like, wow, that is like super, super risky. And you know, both of them took that risk and they believed in the idea and the script. And I was like, but how did you know you're going to get this money? And he was like, no, I told them that if we can't get this money, then I'm not making this script. I'll write something else. So I think that was such an amazing lesson for a young person, not living and breathing this air, to how much belief and confidence and ambition you must have with your best ideas. And then I think he tricked me. So he asked me, saying, so now you know the budget, the production budget and all of that. How much do you think we spend marketing this film? So I said, well, you sound quite crazy to me, so maybe you spend 100 crores. How do I know? So he had a laugh and he said, no, actually we spent 0. So I said, what do you mean 0? So he said, yeah, we actually didn't spend a single rupee marketing it because all the money that we could find, we had put into the film. And there was no money left to market it. So we just made a trailer and we dropped it on social media. And we knew that journalists like you would probably take interest because it was being made by him. And that's all the marketing that happened. So I said, are you serious? Did you really not do anything? He said, yeah, we didn't do anything. So I said, what do you mean you didn't do anything? You didn't run any spots. He said, we ran no spots. I said, no posters. He said, no posters. I said, you didn't even, so he said, I did not even do a press event. Yeah, so isn't that right, sir? You can compliment me on my memory. So I think it isn't for lack of trying, but you know, when you are talking about the one filmmaker that everybody in the world is chasing, you should be prepared to wait. And like all of us as fans are waiting for what he will do next after RRR. All of us at Disney, Hotstar, at Star are just fans of his. And this is hopefully an incredible way, very unique, novel way to start. Because I think one place where all our energies met, whether it is Sharad and his passion to do something new and amazing with animation, where it's Rajamouli sir and Arka and the kind of films that they have made, not just Baahubali, they have always taken what is the convention and aimed to break it, right? And I think that's what we are also really proud of doing at Star. I remember 10, 11 years ago, we wanted to do a talk show. And that talk show would talk about, really serious issues like female infanticide, right? And we did that with Amir Khan. And it was called Satyamev Jayate. And it was very, very expensive to do because we wanted it to be detailed. We wanted it to be researched. We wanted it, we had not learned the marketing lesson from Rajamouli sir, so we spent a lot of money marketing that show. And, Satyamev Jayate in some ways is something that we are equally really proud of, right? Many years later, I actually met Sharad at a TED conference because I was there to convince TED, a global organization, to do a first ever TV series with a mainstream company. They had not done it anywhere in the world, right? And that created TED Talks, and we had 3 amazing seasons of that. So I think one of the most amazing things that gets creativity going, and honestly that gets business going, is when you aim to break things and break old conventions and try and do things and create things that haven't been created before. And I think that is what the spirit of Baahubali is all about.
Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Gaurav there, not only has he spilled the beans, shared the secrets, but sir, you've also motivated us. So thank you so much for that. Yes, moving forward to you, and then we also have one, yes, you are the 2 last, the reporters, and please make it quick. Yeah.
That's, and we're redoing that, Andy, for several reasons. That will be discussed separately, not here. Yeah, thank you.
Rajamouli garu. It's the last question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Please.
So, sir, like you pointed out, animation.
Okay.
So like you pointed out, the medium of animation hasn't really gone beyond, the children's genre in India. Let's hope this changes that. Whereas in the West, we have seen filmmakers like even Spielberg, Brad Bird, even, Bong Joon-ho is actually making a feature-length animation film. And so you are quite notorious for, pouring in efforts to achieve striking imagery, right? As a fan, I want to know, is this medium something that fascinates you to, bring the worlds in your mind to the screen? Have you given a thought? Are you open to embracing this medium?
Yes, absolutely. And it's been on my mind for a very, very long time. And my way of working is like, as I keep making films, I keep learning things which will enable me to venture into newer areas in my forthcoming films. Not just my films, whether whichever people I associate with, whichever people I talk to, I try to learn things which will help me go forward. So I have a thought of, not just thought of, for a long time I nurtured the thought of making an animation film. And whether it's the Ega that I made, a small part which is animated, or when I am associating with Sharad and Hotstar, all those things are for me to learn how these things are working. So it helps me develop my tools, develop my skills to make a film one day.
Rajamouli garu.
Yes, sir. Please, you can make your questions also to Mr. Sharad Kelkar here. We have, Shobhu garu also, please, if your questions are related to the series.
Shobhu garu and Rajamouli garu. Bahubali ki oka separate loyal base undi, fan base. So Game of Thrones laga, ee Crown of Blood, ఈ సిరీస్ని ఏమైనా కంటిన్యూ చేస్తారా? సో గేమ్ ఆఫ్ థ్రోన్స్కి సపరేట్ బేస్ ఉంది సార్. సో అలా బాహుబలి.
No, that's what we are saying, and this is just one part of the whole wheel. There are many aspects of Baahubali that will continue, and animation. This series itself will continue, but there are other aspects, other ways in which it will continue. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, sir. Sir, Rajamouli.
Hello, sir.
Yes, any last question to Mr. Sharad Kelkar?
Yes,
question?
here.
Okay, all right.
First of all, sir, थोड़ा कम टाइम मिला है. I love you, Rajamouli sir. I have seen RRR for like gazillion times,
and you are really the pride of India. Thank you so much for giving us that film. मेरे को ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं मिला तो आई हैव लाइक टू पार्टर्स, एक राजामौली सर से और एक शरद सर से है. So to Rajamouli sir, sir, what do you think is the future of animation in India and how Indian OTT platforms are helping into it? And from Sharad sir, while you were dubbing for Baahubali, you had a reference point of Prabhas's mannerisms, right? When he was angry, your voice was different, and when he was like delivering normal dialogues, your voice was different. And here in animation, you did not have a reference point. So how did you go about it? Did you bring your own element to it? How did you manage to like dub it so well? Thank
All right,
you.
so first we'll go to Rajamouli Garu, sir.
I think it is ability to make the connect. I am a huge fan of animation films, especially Disney films like Let It Be, The Lion King, Aladdin, all those films that came in the 80s and 90s, which is the time that I watched animation films. And I remember watching those films with halls full of audience, cheering, clapping, laughing, enjoying it like any other mass masala movie that we watch. So I think the audience are there for animation films. It is just that the inability of us, the filmmakers, to come out with good animation content, and also the ability to make this connection. If you've seen Magadira, how the connection happens between Kajal and Ram Charan, right? That magical connection has to happen. It hasn't come closer. The moment it comes, I think it is like a floodgates that open, and there will be like tons and tons of content that will be created and devoured, I would say, I'll use the word, by the audiences. I think the audience are there. I think the intent is there. I think it is just that one magical connection that needs to happen. And I'm hoping they started. Many people will be surprised to know, with Disney Hotstar having so much of content, variety of content in so many languages, the biggest show is an animation film, Legend of Hanuman. I didn't know that. I was pleasantly surprised. That's a great thing. So the connection started happening. I think Crown of Blood will take it forward, and soon we'll find that magical connection. Thank you.
Yes, the connection will go deeper with, yes, Crown of Blood. And moving forward to Mr. Sharad Kelkar.
Now the simple is that is the script has been narrated to me, and as an actor, I need to act. When we do any film or any series, script has been given, and we understand from our point of view and the back history what we have done, and with the combined thought, I need to perform. The only difference is there's no camera, but if you come to my studio and if you see me dubbing, you will see me, I'm acting with all hand movements and I'm walking, and sometimes the director has to control me that what are you doing, why are you moving so much? I said, okay, I'm acting here. So it's more of acting rather than voice acting. And that's the way I do it here. Maybe it might look odd on camera, but I do like that. But that's my process. And that's acting here, basically.
All right, we have one last question from the lady.
Yeah, hello, Shilpa here. Hello, everyone.
Publication pair kuda
Yeah,
cheppandi.
Shilpa here from Mayapuri magazine. My question is for Sharad Devarajan ji. Sir, your partnership with Disney Plus Hotstar has been a long standing one. How was your experience reimagining Baahubali universe with the mastermind himself, S.S. Rajamouli ji? Yes, mastermind, because I think शब्द ही नहीं है. Indian cinema को एक अलग level पर लेकर गए हैं. फिर वो Oscar हो और भी achievements हो, क्या कुछ कहना चाहेंगे sir?
I'm a master storyteller and master creator, so if you ever get a chance to work with Rajamouli, the only thing you can say is, how do you like your coffee? Because for me, every minute that I could learn from him is like being able to learn how to write a poem with Shakespeare or paint a painting with Da Vinci. It's a master class. And the trust he has given me to be able to kind of crack something like what we're trying to do, and to do it in our own way for this medium, which is not trying to necessarily try and be what the films are, to be something special for animation, has been an honor, and it's truly one of the great honors of my life. But I will say that the power that we are starting to see, this moment that Disney has enabled us to do, is to not only just do an animated series in the country, because we had tried doing animation in the country before, it is to launch it in a way where it really is taken seriously by the audience, by the platform, by the partner, and it is pushed in a way where we can tell stories that are not trying to make them simpler and younger, but make them smarter and more sophisticated. So the drama, the incredible sophistication of what we saw in the Baahubali films was about the characters. It was about the unique interplay. It was about betrayal. It was about heroism. It was about courage. It was about the spectacle of war. All those great nuances would not be there if we were trying to create a kids' animation. What we've tried to do is stay true to those characters, to what that represented, and make sure that the audience feels we are being treating them with as much sophistication as I think the films did in targeting an audience from 8 to 80, and really everyone in between. So that's been the incredible honor of my life to be able to work with you, sir. So thank you, and to have this support of Shobhu.
Good evening. This is Komal Panchal from Indian Express. Mr. Rajamouli, my question is for you. So Gaurav just shared some very interesting bits about his meeting with you and how you said that there were you would put zero amount on marketing by dropping a beautiful trailer. And we still remember that. In those 9 years, from the time Baahubali first came, to taking RRR globally and promoting it on a very big way, how much do you think your promotional schemes have evolved, and the way you take films abroad and make it so big? Even today, the way we are promoting this animation series, how much do you think your financial decisions have evolved?
I mean, I don't involve financially in any which way. But first thing is I don't think high of myself, I don't think low of myself. If my next project is coming out, I don't assume everyone will be waiting for it. At the same time, I don't think I'm a nobody. I try to get into the right frame of mind, and I'm always eager to look for newer audiences. So how can I reach to the newer audiences, and how can I make them come and watch my movie? How can I rake the interest in them? That is the only thought that drives the entire publicity campaign. When we said that we spent zero budget on Baahubali, that means, yes, we didn't buy any slots, we didn't pay any papers or websites to put up the posters or anything like that. But we did a lot of homework for that. We created so many videos. We created digital posters internally as a part of the within our team itself. We created the digital posters. We released the characters. We released the making videos. So we did a lot of things. Shobhu can explain a lot of it, how we did it. So there is a lot of publicity happened, but the thing is, we didn't spend money to do it. We just used our brains and time to do it. So each film is different, each product is different, and how you market it differs from product to product. But at the base of it, we constantly strive to bring in, how can I bring in newer audiences to get interested in this product? That drives the whole publicity.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be concluding this question-answer session with the press and media. Thank you so much.